welcome back to California Cooking. I'm excited about today's show because we're revealing the best new restaurants to visit in 2020 and the menu items you must order. Then I'm making a quick and easy chicken soup that's perfect for this time of year. And finally, Steve Kuzj has taken us to a restaurant in Long Beach serving up Southern comfort food with a California twist. First up, it's a brand new year and everybody wants to know what's the hot new restaurant for 2020. Well, I got to hang out with The Infatuation's Brant Cox, and he showed me 3 of the top restaurants on his list in 2020. Take a look. Hi, Brant.
Hi, how are
What
you?
a nice lunch date
I know, right?
You are the best because The Infatuation is one of those websites that I always go to when it's where's the best place to eat, what's cool, what's happening.
Yeah.
Which to me sounds like the best job ever, what you get to do for a living.
Honestly, like, I get asked that a lot, and I can't lie, like, it's a pretty good job, you know, to be able to work for The Infatuation and to go to all corners of the city and really showcase just how diverse Los Angeles is. You know, what Infatuation does, which is we're an online restaurant discovery platform.
Right.
With writers in cities around the globe, like myself, here in Los Angeles, that, you know, we're going out every single night, eating at restaurants, and then writing either full-on restaurant reviews or more utility-based guides, like best restaurants in Santa Monica, to stuff that's a little bit more situational and irreverent, like where to eat when you're hungover and want to die.
Yeah. LA is a big city, and like you said, if you live in one part of town, you don't get the chance to go to another part of town very often. So The Infatuation kind of helps people discover what's new, even things that have been around for a long time, maybe that people just didn't know existed.
That's exactly right. And this list that we come out with every year is called the Best New Restaurants.
Yeah.
And it really is an accumulation of all of our research throughout that year. And, you know, in LA alone, like, we visited hundreds of new restaurants in the past year. And so this list that we just published, which is only 10 restaurants, are really those special places that we think made eating out in LA so exciting.
Now we're in Santa Monica today. Because of LA traffic, we had to hit up one neighborhood.
Yeah.
We don't have the time
It's the reality.
to go to Silver Lake today.
No.
So we're gonna have to go to the best restaurants in Santa Monica, and we're starting with Birdie G's. Why Birdie G's?
Okay, so Birdie G's, it's a comfort food spot. And what makes it exciting though, it's like you hear comfort food, you know, certain dishes probably come to mind. This was a menu that was unlike anything we'd seen before. And I truly believe this is one of the most unique menus in town. It's a very celebratory kind of atmosphere. People are drinking. It's a lot of big parties, big families.
What did you have when you came here last time?
My favorite things on the menu are this Sloppy Jeremy.
Sloppy Jeremy, named after the chef.
Yes, named after the chef. And it's really a play on the Sloppy Joe, which is a dish that almost everybody grew up with.
Yeah.
But it's a strawberry beef bolognese with goat cheese.
Strawberry.
Strawberry. We have this caviar platter that I think is the best thing on the menu.
Yeah, I also heard there's this omelet.
Yes.
This crazy omelet.
Yeah, so it's called the Hangtown Brie.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, so
we're hungry.
I'm very hungry.
Yeah. This
So
is the
good.
Sloppy Jeremy.
Sloppy Jeremy. It's so good.
That is really unexpected.
Yeah, the sweetness of the strawberry with the goat cheese,
Wow.
the little kick of the arugula. It's
That
fantastic.
Texas toast, the creaminess of the cheese, it's unlike any Sloppy Joe out of the can we had in the 80s.
Uh-huh.
Sloppy Jeremy
Sloppy
is now
Jeremy.
the new Sloppy Joe.
Absolutely.
Right?
Joe's
Wow.
out, Jeremy's in.
Jeremy's in. Now this is the build your own latke you were saying that you
Basically,
that you
on
love.
the menu
The
it's a
idea
caviar
of it.
platter.
Yeah.
But I think of it as a build your own latke station.
See, I'm not a caviar person, but I'm gonna do it with you.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Cheers.
Boom. The
gum
waffle
in this.
alone as the base is phenomenal.
Exactly.
It's the best like hash brown you've ever had,
That's
or
exactly
latke
right.
you've ever had.
You can customize it to what you want. It's just
A little glass of champagne with this, or a big glass of champagne with
yes. This is just a spicy Italian ravioli.
Okay. Let me try this ravioli. Oof.
It's so good.
You know what? It's like a sausage, spicy sausage pizza. Dessert.
Dessert.
The chef is from the Midwest,
Yep.
Ohio,
Yep.
which has a special place in my heart. And I have to say, growing up, Jell-O was where it's at. You too. You're a Midwest
I'm a Midwesterner boy.
Now, this
Like, look at it.
Look
like,
at this.
Can we get a jiggle cam on that?
Yeah. Rose petal?
Yeah, it's a rose petal like a pie. The thing I like about this the most is that it's not too sweet. It's, it looks like it could be a full sugar rush, and it's actually not.
After a meal that had a lot of flavor, this is subtle, it's soft, but this is the perfect way to end the meal. People say they can't choose their favorite child. I couldn't choose the favorite dish. Stop number 2.
Stop number 2.
But you know what's amazing? When I'm with you, the food's here when we arrive.
It's magic, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not always like that for me, though.
This is, Pas Jolie.
Yes.
On Main Street. Here in Santa Monica.
Yes.
And it's so interesting because a lot of times beach cuisine or being near Santa Monica is really casual and really like low key. This is beautiful French cuisine in the middle of Santa Monica.
In the middle of Santa Monica. And that's why it stood out to us immediately.
Yeah.
We were like, this is such a need. Like this area of town needs it.
It's so pretty in here. Yeah. So what did you have last time you were here that you really loved? And what are we going to try today?
So it's going to be a combination of both things. The things that are in front of us. So this dish right here, this is an onion tart. That dish basically is what it tastes like a French onion soup in a tart. We have that best new restaurants list, but we also have a list of the best new dishes in the world that came out last year, and this was on it.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Those are the sweetest onions I've ever tasted.
It's so good. This is kind of a duck confit, and there's preserved cherries in there, and this is an appetizer, but like it kind of tastes like dessert.
We've said decadent a couple times today, but
we're gonna say it again because this is
crazy.
Crazy decadence. And we have a dessert. This is actually a brand new dish. It's a rice pudding. You've got kind of roasted pecans. You have pineapple here, and then the sauce that you just.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna just go for it.
Do
right
it.
now.
We're gonna eat it.
Yep.
Look at.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. They were saying they cook the pineapples for hours. Going in.
Yep.
Rice pudding, but it's so creamy. And then the sauce.
It's not too heavy. I also just found a candy pecan at the bottom of this.
You hit gold.
I hit. It's the next gold
Jackpot.
rush. It's the next gold
Oh my
rush.
gosh, you're right. There's crunchies at the bottom.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
See, a little surprise. Brand, I've heard of speed dating. We're speed eating today.
Right now.
Okay, Dudley Market is where we are.
Yep.
And what's so amazing is, first of all, it's adorable in here.
It's amazing.
And you see the Pacific Ocean right out the door.
Yeah, literally.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, you could go to infatuation.com and find listings of 100 different seafood restaurants.
Yeah.
But we think what makes Dudley Market so special is 2 things. One, pretty much everything on the menu is caught fresh daily, and therefore the menu changes a lot.
Yeah.
And 2 is you look around and this feels like a neighborhood wine bar. It is a neighborhood wine bar that serves incredible seafood.
With a lot of style. I sat down at this table and couldn't get over how gorgeous.
I mean, look at that. Like, it's
a work of art.
Unbelievable. So this is the rockfish, and then we have mackerel, we have the sand dab, and then one of my favorites is the pork belly and clam toast, and then we have oysters and albacore.
You were saying that the guys that run this place, they actually go out and they fish for it.
Yes, they have not one but 2 different boats that they own. So it's like, this is the real deal. This is from the ocean here.
Yeah. What do we do?
Okay, so I'm gonna go right for this albacore.
Okay.
It's so good. It's so good. It's got a little bit of spiciness, and then with the mint and everything, so it's a spicy, fresh, and that albacore, that's as good as you'd get in any top-notch sushi restaurant in LA.
Exactly. This is almost too pretty to eat.
So good. It's just so fresh.
The flavors are simple.
Yes.
And the fish comes through.
So here we have mackerel that's just caught right up on the beach right here, or out in the water.
And this beautiful sauce. This has a real Mediterranean vibe, this dish to me.
And, oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Again, super fresh.
And also the tomatoes are fantastic.
And wait a minute, is that, potatoes?
But you're right, this is a very Mediterranean feel.
Yeah. Your favorite is this toast. Tell me why. Because you love good bread, and so do I.
Because I love good bread. But really, it's the mix of the brininess of the clams combined with the saltiness of the pork belly.
Yeah.
With the bread and everything, it just like, it hits on all levels. Yeah. It's also one of the few things that is usually on the menu every single night. So you can come here and probably expect to get this. So
Could you take down this dozen?
Yes.
Without
really even struggling.
You don't need me. You don't need me here. This is your dessert.
This is my dessert. Honestly,
need
if
dessert.
I could get that for dessert, Every meal, happy.
Oh, this was so good.
This is great.
You know what you're doing as far as picking the best restaurants in town because
Hey, well, these guys make it easy.
these three today
Are really good.
really good.
Yeah.
I totally get why those restaurants are on his list. Wow, was that good. Thanks, Brant. Coming up, mac and Cheetos, shrimp and grits, chicken pot pie, and more. Steve Kuzj has taken us to a restaurant in Long Beach serving up Southern comfort food. Then, will Levi like my grilled cheese sandwich with a secret ingredient? We'll find out. But first, I'm making a chicken soup that you can make in less than 30 minutes. That's coming up next. Everybody needs a good chicken soup recipe in their back pocket. Mine, little creamy with veggies and tortellini. I came up with this recipe because the other day at work, Pat, love you Pat, he said, do you have a good chicken soup recipe? And I thought about it, I'm like, I've made chicken soup, but I don't really have a go-to recipe. So today I'm gonna make a chicken soup in honor of Pat. And I'm gonna make it easy. This isn't truly a homemade chicken soup because I'm using chicken stock. And a lot of times when people make chicken soup, they take the whole bird and they make the stock, and this is fast. I mean, you could have chicken soup on the table in 15 minutes, I think, maybe 20. So a real quick cheat would be rotisserie chicken, white meat. I pulled it off the bone, chopped it up, shredded it, whatever you wanna do for the chicken. We've got our chicken stock. And then our veggies. So that's really what's gonna take the most time is chopping up your veggies. And I think to kind of fill out the soup, this time of year when it's cold and chilly out, you want a warm bowl of soup. But to add a little extra heartiness, I'm gonna put in some of these tortellini. These are just 3 cheats, and I think that will really give it a little extra something. So I'll start with the chopping of the veggie, and the same kind of vegetables you would use really to start any soup is onion, celery, carrots. That's your base for a good soup. So I'm gonna chop the onion pretty small dice. We have the onion going behind me and a little bit of avocado oil. I've stopped crying, and now I'll move on to my celery and my carrots. So celery, pretty small dice. Carrot. All right, we have our 2 carrots chopped up. Those are big carrots. Onto our fennel. Now with the fennel, I chop this part off and then I get to the bulb. Cut it down the middle. Cut the bottom off, and then I take off the outer part of the fennel because that's usually tough. So same thing with the fennel. I'm gonna cut it into small dice. We'll get all these veggies in with our onion. All the veggies cook until they're nice and soft. Grating in a clove of garlic. And you want to add the garlic towards the end of sauteing your veggies because you never want your garlic to burn. Get that in there. And you don't want to brown the veggies, you just want them to get soft. So a medium-low heat. To that, I'm going to take 3 to 4 thyme stems and just put them in their stems and all, and when they cook, the little thyme leaves come off and then you just take out those tiny stems. I'm gonna add our chicken stock to our veggies, and this will continue to cook down and make it taste like we've been cooking chicken soup all day. Okay, I'm just gonna let that simmer for 5 minutes, and then we'll add some other things. So we let our veggies and our stock simmer for about 10 minutes because you want everything to kind of come together like it's been cooking all day. So you want the veggies to be soft and the stock to take on more flavor from the vegetables. Now we're gonna add our little tortellini. According to the package is how you'd cook them. So it says 7 minutes. So I'm gonna put them in here, and at about 6 minutes, I'm gonna add our chicken and our peas and a few other little things. So these go in to a gently boiling pot of soup, lid on, and we'll check it in 6 minutes. Okay, so our tortellini has about another minute to go before it's done. And in that time, I'm just gonna add the chicken just to heat through. I didn't want to cook the chicken because that would make it tough, so just to heat it through. Some peas. Peas don't really need to cook, they just need to hit some hot water and they'll be perfect. And chopped fresh dill. Love the addition of dill. It just wakes up the soup and gives it so much flavor. Fresh dill, a squeeze of lemon. I like a little lemon in my chicken soup. And here's what we could do. I am thinking I want a little bit of heavy cream in my chicken soup. I like a creamy soup. So I'm gonna put everything in here, close the lid, and give everything about another minute to just marinate in here. Okay, we actually waited 5 minutes for the soup to cool down. It's still steaming. The dill. For me, the dill makes it. Although Pat said he didn't like dill in his chicken soup. But you can omit the dill. It's such a good recipe, and with that rotisserie chicken and tortellini, it comes together in no time. Coming up, Steve Kuzj has taken us to a spot in Long Beach serving up Southern comfort specialties like mac and Cheetos, shrimp and grits, and more. Plus, he loves broccoli and he's a fan of grilled cheese, but really like them together? We'll find out next. Sometimes nothing hits the spot like some good old comfort food. Well, Steve Kuzj takes us to a southern spot serving up just that, but with a California twist.
Hey Jess, when it comes to comfort food with a southern flair, you're gonna find nothing more comforting than the attic here in Long Beach. Now, I know it might look like it's a dining experience inside someone's home, but trust me when I say it's unlike anything you'll find in a typical home kitchen. Come on. Giano, thank you very much for inviting us here to the attic. This is a wonderful house that you have. Tell us a bit about this place.
You know, the attic is a really unique spot to us because we all really enjoy the hospitality and the food aspect of New Orleans, and that's where a lot of our inspiration comes from. You know, you can't go to that city without having an amazing dish served by amazing people in an amazing scene, and we wanted to be able to try to recreate something like that here in Long Beach. So we like to throw a lot of our own personality into it, with also taking a lot of the classics into consideration.
Mm-hmm. So when you're looking to expand your menu, what goes into your thought processes? What are you guys thinking about?
What can be delicious? That's it. We don't want to take any shortcuts. Mm-hmm. So if it takes a little bit longer, and if it costs us a little bit more money, and if it's a little bit more difficult, we don't mind at all. We actually enjoy that process.
Sometimes it's hard to find the words to express when you're looking at something so beautiful and delicious. How would you even describe this, Giano?
That dish has been something that has brought people around for years. You've got a 3-cheese sauce, pasta, more cheese, a lot of love and a lot of care, flaming hot Cheetos and green onions. We also have one that we call the clucker, which has fried chicken bites and a full piece of chicken on top. People eat it as an appetizer, people eat it as an entree.
Okay, I'm gonna put it down, gotta have some self-control. That is good though, wow. Where did you get this idea? There's meat in here.
When we were thinking of the Bloody Mary list, we really wanted to have something that would stand out. Mm-hmm. So incorporated into our Bloody Marys are infused alcohols that we do all in-house. Everything we do in-house to try to make it as unique as possible.
And my mouth is watering just holding this slider in my hand. I mean, is there a right or wrong way to go at this?
The only wrong way is to not eat it.
That is really, really tender. And I guess you just have to chase your slider and your meat with a little bit of a Bloody Mary. There, I found some room for my mouth.
You got some.
No,
you got some sauce on you, my guy.
That's a battle scar right there. Meat and Bloody Marys. It's a perfect combination. Growing up in the Midwest, Giano, I've had a lot of pot pies over the years. It's kind of a staple of Midwest Minnesotan culture. This is unlike any other pot pie I've ever seen before.
And this pot pie, we actually use a pastry crust on top to kind of add a little bit more of a texture element to it. I can eat spoonfuls of that filling. Between the veggies and the fresh chicken and the sauce is based off of a classic bechamel. So it really pays homage to more of the classic preparation of the dish. When we want to do something, we want to do it correct, and we want to do it right, and we want to have it to where we want to eat it every day.
For delicious, fun dishes that are sure to appease everybody, including your in-laws, keep the Attic here in Long Beach on your radar. See you next time.
Oh my gosh, Steve, that looks so amazing. Cheetos on your mac and cheese, wow. All right, on to Levi Likes It. So he loves broccoli, which is a little weird for a 4-year-old to love broccoli, and he also is a fan of grilled cheese, so I combine them, but will he like it? But look at it. Ooh. Don't you love broccoli?
It's yucky. It's in the garbage.
Wait, don't you love broccoli though?
No, I don't. I can eat air.
That's better than my sandwich?
Yeah. But yucky.
But you didn't taste it yet.
Yucky. Yucky, yucky, yucky.
Oh, he didn't like it, but I ate the whole thing. And I'm telling you, that cheesy broccoli mixture on pasta is delicious. If you want the recipe, go to our Instagram at KTLA California Cooking. That's it for us, but if you want to hear more of my conversation with the Infatuation's Brant Cox and his list of the best new restaurants in 2020, check out my California Cooking podcast. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. I've never done this before. We'll see. We'll see how this works. Okay, first I have to turn it on. Then I'm making a quick and easy chicken soup that's perfect for this time of year. And finally, Steve Kuzj is taking us to a restaurant.
You're not gonna read nothing. I'm just gonna sit with you.
Then I'm making a quick and easy chicken soup. Coming up, mac and Cheetos, shrimp and grits, chicken pot pie, and more.
I don't like chicken.
Okay, here's what I think.
I don't like nothing.